Pam, speaking of, how I can't print anything or,
There should be sets for you.
okay.
Because I'm marking red. No.
Like, see, I know one's read. I've read all of them. They're all
Sort down.
I have never noticed them do anything different.
just
Just showing that I've read
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, mine doesn't do that every single time. Sometimes it does.
That sounds cool.
No one may. All right, it is 8:30 a.m. and I will call this special meeting to order. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Lynn, will you do roll call, please?
Madam Mayor Jacqueline Wells,
Here.
Vice Mayor Darrell Garner,
Here.
Councilmember Derek Elliott,
Here.
Councilmember Tanya Lumen,
Here.
Councilmember Terry Patterson,
Here.
Councilmember Steve Sanger,
Here.
Councilmember Bruce Seeloff.
Here.
Thank you.
All right, moving down to the approval of the agenda. Councilmember Sanger?
Let me move down to the approval. I move to approve the September 26, 2025 Special City Council agenda as presented.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve the September 26th Special City Council meeting. Any discussion? All right, Lynn, will you open online voting and voice voting for myself?
Online voting is open.
Yay.
Yay.
Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
Okay, moving down to a public hearing. This public hearing is set for a resolution authorizing submission of a Wyoming Community Development Authority block grant, CDBG, for the demolition of the Wyoming Bar located at 413 West Front Street, Rawlins, Wyoming, on behalf of the Rawlins DDA Authority. So I'll open that public hearing. Is there anybody here that would like to discuss? Okay, and I will close that public hearing and move down to new business. The first thing is a resolution to approve the application for the Wyoming Department of Homeland Security Federal Emergency Management Agency 2025 State Homeland Security Program grant application for a Raman Point chemical detector. And Councilmember Singer.
I move to approve the resolution authorizing the City of Rawlins Fire Chief Alan Robinson as designee representative to submit a grant application to the Wyoming Department of Homeland Security, DHS, Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, 2025 State Homeland Security Program grant application in the amount of $103,550 for a Raman Point chemical detector.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to approve a grant application for a Raman Point chemical detector through FEMA, and I will invite Chief Robinson to explain.
Good morning, Madam Mayor and Council. Like I said, this is just a grant application for a Raman spectrum analyzer, basically. So what this machine does is it will take a solid or a liquid known chemical, and it will basically analyze it and basically tell us maybe not that it's a name brand something, but it would tell us pretty much what things are, what the chemical is, that kind of thing. It has a very large library of chemicals, upwards to 30,000 different chemicals it'll identify, including and just basically anything, narcotics, drugs are narcotics. If it's soda ash or if it's, anthrax, it'll pretty much define that. Does the same thing for liquids, those kinds of things, that part of it. We have a current machine, but it is very much outdated. It was manufactured sometime between 2007 and 2010. The company that made that is no longer in business. They've actually been bought out, and then they've kind of phased that out, those kind of things. When we contacted them, they're like, oh, yeah, we don't do that. And so we don't have any way of updating that or bringing that up. And it's been slowly dying. All the batteries and everything are just, so it's in time to be replaced that at this time. I can explain a little bit more if you guys have questions.
Chief, can you describe if this can be deployed in the field and any other agencies that it may benefit?
So this machine is no larger than my notebook. It's not a very big machine. Yes, it's very portable. It will be utilized not only by all the city agencies, those kind of things, but it's the grant is actually under the regional response team, those kind of things. So it is a deployable asset through city, county, state, wherever it needs to go, kind of thing. The team in Laramie has some of this same type of equipment, but we'd be waiting several hours to identify stuff, those kind of things. So.
Great. Any questions? Vice Mayor?
Just curious, how often do you use that machine?
Fortunately, it's not something we need to use real often. There's processes we can go through. Right now, if we have an unknown chemical, it's called HAZ classification. Basically, we put it in one of the 9 hazard class under DOT classification. So we can figure out if it's a hazard, if it's explosive or if it's corrosive, those kinds of things. Now, with what we have, I really don't know how often it would be utilized. We've had occasions within the last year that we could have used it a couple of times. So.
The courthouse.
Yes,
Yeah.
very specifically those type of
Yes.
incidents. So,
Councilmember Patterson?
Is this going to be housed here, with it being part of Region 3?
yes, it would be contained within our hazardous materials trailer.
Great. Any further questions? All right, Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Yay.
Online voting is closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
All right, moving down to a resolution authorizing submission of a WCDA Community Development Block Grant for the demolition of the Wyoming Bar located at 413 West Front Street, Rawlins, Wyoming, on behalf of the Rawlins DDA. Vice Mayor Garner.
I move to approve a resolution authorizing the submission of Wyoming Community Development Authority Community Development Block Grant in the amount of $507,000 to demolish the Wyoming Bar located at 413 West Front Street, Rawlins, Wyoming, due to its significant concerns for the health, safety, and welfare of the community on behalf of the Rawlins Downtown Development Authority.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to authorize submission for a WCDA Community Development Block Grant for the demolition of the Wyoming Bar. Any discussion? Go ahead.
Is that our property now, or is that private property still, or who owns the property?
Okay, hi, good morning, Madam Mayor and Council, thank you. Councilman, I have a little timeline and history to go through with you real quick, and that should answer your question. I do want to take a moment and just say thank you this morning to all of you for this special session. I guess in community and economic development, sometimes like the chief here has an opportunity to bring something forth to make our community safer. And when grants come up, sometimes it's very quick, and it's a lot of work on everybody sitting here, plus upstairs. I mean, it's just a big lift, but I just want to say thank you, because whether it's this property or a machine that's going to keep our community safe, I just, first of all, want to say thank you. Okay, so I want to talk about the history and the background. 137 years old. It was March 16th of 1888 when this building was first recorded. It kind of gets to my heart there. It's been viable businesses over the years. In 1992, Judy Hubbard actually purchased it to continue it. It's always been the Wyoming Bar, kind of cool. And then in 2016, it became a dangerous building. And so it's been a dangerous building for almost 10 years, and it's continued. We, DDA, had an assessment done about 15 years ago to see if it was structurally sound on behalf of Judy Hubbard, and it was then. Let's move forward 15 years, a lot of water damage, a lot of environmental, and it is now a dangerous building and has sat there. There has been CP, which is people buying and paying for the taxes for almost 10 years on that property now. So it has gone to a tax sale multiple times. I think what's happened is people would buy it thinking they could flip it real quick, and it's had 8 different people paying on the taxes. So there has been, in the last, since 2016, a couple of people that have come to the DDA and said, oh, we'll donate it, or do you want to buy it? And we're all like, oh, no, don't think so. I mean, it wasn't the right time, and we didn't have the tools or resources. And so we have passed on it. This past year, AIRS, with their program with the brownfields, did do a phase 1 environmental assessment. With the help of the community development and Lou, because it is a dangerous building, it was deemed that we couldn't do a phase 2, or did we need to do a phase 2 because of the phase 1 saying all the things that have transpired potentially in that building. But bottom line, it's unsafe to even let a consultant go in. DEQ, the state DEQ, was not comfortable sending their people in to do a phase 2. So it's done the appropriate steps. And so we were going to talk to the CP holders, because AIRS let us know that there was this grant. As we went through the process, this started the end of July, and thinking we would have plenty of time for this August 30th date. Then we found out all these steps for CP holders, medical liens, all these different kinds, as we all are learning as a city. So what came down to is we had decided we were not going to turn in a grant for the tear down of this building, because we were going to try to pay off the board of directors had allocated some money to make it safe and maybe just get the property good for resale. By the time we went through all the CPs, all 8 of them, made motion, there just wasn't enough time. So we kind of put it on the back burner. Then Judy Hubbard's attorney reached out to us through one of the CP holders and said, we would like to donate this to you. We will just write it over to you. If you don't get the grant, you don't have to have it. I mean, seriously, the best of all worlds. And so that's why we're standing in front of you. So what's going to happen, to answer you, Councilman Seeloff, is that they will donate it to us. We do have to go back and pay the past taxes that have been paid. And you can see in the resolution in the board docs that it's almost, by the time, because it's, there's interest gaining every day, it'll be about $15,000. So in the resolution, we're applying for a $507,000 grant for the teardown, and then $15,000 of DDA's money to pay all the back taxes. So it will be, and that's in the resolution, that we would get the building donated to us if we receive the grant. So there is no money out on the city, $15,000 that the board has allocated for projects. So I do want to go through, we've had 3 local estimates on the tear down. We've done our due diligence. We've had 2 advertisements for this meeting, and that we're going to do this. I think it just, like I said before, it really is 137-year-old building. It is our oldest building in the downtown on Front Street. But from a pure standpoint of safety, kids getting in there, I found 2 weeks ago the back had been pulled off again, and we don't know, and activity. So as much as I love preservation, it needs to come down. We are gonna, in all the bids, we did ask that we would save some of the stone from the quarry north and try to do something. And bottom line is, I think this is the right thing for DDA to do, the city to make our community safe, especially with the park right there. The DDA board has not decided if we will rehab it or if we will sell the property, but just to get it clean, just to get it safe and a flat ground. So of course, per state statute, if we decide to do any development on it, again, I will be back in front of you guys saying this is what we think we'd like to do. Any questions?
Councilmember Singh?
This is time sensitive, right?
It is time sensitive. Yeah, we have a grant due on Tuesday.
Councilmember Elliott?
But I want everybody to feel comfortable. There's no money. I mean, we would actually own it, get it torn down in the next calendar year. I mean, this grant would go in front of WCDA, Wyoming Community Development Authority, in December, and then the money comes pretty quickly. We would estimate tearing it down next spring, getting it down. It does come in with fill dirt. We would it wouldn't be a hole in the ground. I know there's been some other properties that have gotten some high profile across the state, not in Rawlins, that have left a hole. This would not be a hole in the bids. We've asked for a complete fill. We've asked for a marking of where the infrastructure comes in, like the gas line. So if a developer would want to come in, and I do already have a couple people that might be interested, but we just need to get this thing down for safety. But again, it would just look like, almost like the rest of the parking lot that Dr. Johnson owns to the west of it.
All right. Any further questions? All right. Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Yay. Oh. Is it not working?
Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 6 yeas and 1 abstain. The 1 abstain is Councilmember Elliott.
Go ahead.
Okay. I just want to, again, thank you guys. When we do these things, the lift, whether it's community development, I want to thank AIRS again for letting us know about this grant opportunity. The city attorney having to approve resolutions very quickly. The city clerk, Lynn, has been amazing. The DDA board, Myra has been, it's a team effort. And I just want everybody to know that when we do projects like this for our community, it has to be a team effort. And I'm really appreciative for everybody stepping in. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, go ahead.
Motion.
Oh, sorry.
That's all.
Oh, okay. I was not getting what you were putting down. All right. The next thing on our agenda is an executive session. Councilwoman Lumen.
Move to enter into executive session at 8:46 a.m. per Wyoming Statute 16-4-405A 9N2 to consider or receive information classified as confidential by law, to consider the appointment, employment, right to practice, or dismissal of public officer, professional person or employee, or to hear complaints or charges brought against an employee, professional person or officer, unless the employee, professional service person or officer requests a public hearing. The governing body may exclude from any public or private hearing during the examination of a witness any or all other witnesses in the matter being investigated. Following the hearing or executive session, the governing body may deliberate on its decision in executive session.
Here, a second.
Second.
Okay, the motion's been made and seconded to go into executive session at 8:46 p.m. Any discussion? Lynn, will you open online voting, please?
Online voting is open.
Yay.
Online voting has closed. The motion passes with 7 yeas.
And we are going to stay up here. They're going to turn off the mics and then they'll shut the doors.
So we'll be going offline as council staying in here for executive session, or the live feed.
Thanks, Myra.